are you? How are you, students?
Really fine.
If you are good, show me your gestures. It means you are good. Show me your gestures. Good job. Look at the TV and guess today what we are going to learn. So, what kind of animal is this? Wolf. This? Worm. And this? Grass. And this? Deer. Yes. And can you guess what we are going to cover today? Time to think. Okay, I will tell by myself. Today we are going to learn about ecosystems and food chain. First of all, what is food?
Milk.
Milk is food, yes.
It's something that we consume.
Yes, of course, food. Actually, it is what we eat. Yani food bu biz yeydigan mahsulot, ovqat. Watch a video about the food chain. While watching the video, you have to answer some questions. Here is questions. What is a producer? While watching, you have to take notes and answer those questions. The second question is primary and secondary consumers. And what are decomposers? You have to answer those questions. Take notes. Producer, primary and secondary consumers. The last one is decomposers. You have to answer those questions. This is the aim of watching the video. Done? Okay, let's watch the video. Sorry, problem with digital tools. We are going to watch a video by laptop, okay? Using laptop. So your task is, let's mention about your task. The questions on the TV, you have to take notes and answer those questions while watching the video, okay? Try to take notes, and at the end of the watching video, we are going to answer those questions, okay? Now, is visible?
Food chain. The food you eat gives you energy. The path that energy takes as it moves from the sun to the earth, to plants, to animals, and back to the earth again. It's called the food chain. You are just one stop on that food chain. Photosynthesis is the first step in the food chain. It starts with producers. A producer is an organism, like a plant, that captures energy from the sun to help make its own food. This process is called photosynthesis. The plants, roots, and leaves need water and sunlight for photosynthesis to work. In the leaves on a plant, there is something called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll traps light from the sun and reflects green light, which is why most plants are green. The roots of a plant then absorb the water from the soil around it. The water flows into tiny tubes in the plant and then to the stem. The tubes then send the water to the leaves where the sunlight's captured. Tiny holes in the leaves allow carbon dioxide to enter the plant. Carbon dioxide is a gas that is made of carbon and oxygen. It is in the air all around us. It is very important for plants. The plant releases the oxygen out of its leaves. The holes in the leaves open and close. They know how much carbon dioxide to let in and can also stop too much water from escaping. Using the chlorophyll, the plant then transforms water and carbon dioxide into carbohydrates or sugar, which gives the plant energy. That energy is now ready for the next stop on the food chain, which is the consumer. The consumer is the organism that eats the plant.
Did you get the answer? What was consumer?
So consumer is an example of a plant, and it captures energy from the sun.
Yeah.
And it's in the process of photosynthesis, and in that process, plant releases oxygen and gets carbon dioxide inside themselves to provide fresh air for humans.
Yeah, it's about the grass, about plants.
All animals, including humans, are consumers. You are a consumer because you cannot use the sun's energy to make food for your own body, like a plant can. You rely on the producer of the plant to make that energy for you. You then eat that plant and absorb the energy that is already in it. A primary consumer is an organism that directly eats the plants, like a cow. A secondary consumer is an animal that eats the primary consumer that eats the plant. Here's an example.
Let's forget about that. Consumers. We divide consumers into two groups, yes? Primary consumers and secondary consumers, yes. What are primary consumers? Who are they?
They directly eat from what's ready, and for example, humans.
Yes. Humans. Yes, people can be at the same time secondary consumers. Why? Because we eat plants and also meat. Yes, sheep, cow, beef, yes. Why we can see ourselves in primary consumers? Because we also eat plants, roses, for example, Ismail, yes, we eat.
A plant is the producer. A cow is a primary consumer because it eats the plant. You are a secondary consumer because you eat the cow that eats the plant.
What? So, can you get the information about it? Because of eating cow, we can see ourselves in secondary consumers, yes?
Yeah.
If you eat a piece of corn on common ground, then you become the primary consumer. You are also the primary consumer if you eat an apple, strawberries, and other fruits as well as vegetables. That's because you are getting your energy directly from the plants. If you eat a hamburger, you become a secondary consumer because the cow, which is the place that hamburger came from, is the one that ate the plants first. The hamburger also gives you energy and nutrients. But you cannot eat the same nutrients from corn that attack you as you can from corn that you eat yourself. In the food chain, the energy in food is passed down from one consumer to the next. The food gives away some of its energy at each stop it takes. That's why it's important to eat your fruits and vegetables directly too. There are different types of consumers. They are grouped by the kinds of food that they eat. Carnivores are organisms that eat only plants and vegetables. Cows, deer, and elephants are examples. Carnivores eat other animals or only meat. Lions, tigers, bears.
Did you get the point? We can divide consumers into two groups. First is herbivores and carnivores. What can be example to the herbivores?
Lion.
For the herbivores.
Any kind of animal that eats plants.
Yes, herbivores. Yes. I'm sorry. Animals who eat plants. Can you give example? Sheep, yes. Sheep is what? Sheep is what? Close the door. Sheep is what?
Herbivore.
Herbivore? No, plants, yes. What about carnivores? Carnivores?
Tiger here.
Humans? Yes, humans would be one example.
And seals are examples. An omnivore eats both plants and animals.
We are omnivores.
Omnivores who eats both plants and meat, yes?
Examples include humans, bears, and chickens. The last step at the very bottom of the food chain is the decomposers.
The last question about decomposers. Try to get information about the decomposers, okay?
Decomposers break down dead matter into substances that can be used by producers for plants, worms, insects, bacteria, and fungi.
So what could be examples of decomposers?
Worms,
bacteria.
food, and
Yes, food.
Are examples of decomposers. Decomposed matter returns to the soil and becomes food for the producers. Here's an example of a basic food chain.
Okay.
The plant is a producer because it provides its own food and energy from the sun. The mice are primary consumers because they get energy directly from the plant when they eat it. The owl is a secondary consumer because it gets its energy from the mice when it eats them. Once the owl dies, its body begins to decompose or go back into the soil. Decomposers such as worms, insects, and other organisms break down the matter from the owl's body and leave nutrients in the soil from that matter. The nutrients in the soil then enter the plant, and the food chain starts all over again. The next time you decide what to eat, think of the food chain and where your food came from. See it.
We got the information. Let's recap what we learned from the video. Now we learned about food chain. Yes. Food chain. The first step, what would be? Consumers, yes. In what groups we can divide them? Primary, secondary. Yes. What could be example for the primary consumers?
mice.
Primary consumers. Yes. Was what your answer?
Primary consumers. So they directly eat, for example, cow. Because they directly eat from the plant,
Yes.
they are primary consumers.
How about secondary consumers?
And secondary consumers
Do you have
are
let's get answer from Lego. Who are secondary consumers?
for example, cow,
Yes, cow,
sheep,
sheep,
rabbit,
rabbit. Can we give example that is a primary consumer? Rabbit is what? Grass, yes, plant. That's why we can add some in the primary consumers. What about decomposer? Who can respond? Decomposers.
Okay.
Mhm.
So decomposers are the ones that break down the, for example, bacteria, fungi, and worms. They once animals worms are break down, and they make it disappear into the soil, making them have nutrients. So it's good for the plants.
Yes, of course. Decomposers are the last stage of the food chain. أول الأداة كل decomposers فلانة they produce what? They eat what? Dead animals. Yes. Organ فلانة they eat. Okay. Here you can see in this page. Here you can see what we learned. This is the ideal version of the food chain. Here we have producers. Producers what? Grass, plants, and grass and flowers. Yes. And what about consumers? Herbivores, carnivores. Consumers we are. Decomposer. Can you give example? Worms, bacteria. Yes. Good job. Okay. Now we have a small task with you. You are going to work in a group, the first group and second group. You are going to organize these label. You have to label these sheets, okay? Just a moment now. Can you come, students? Give it a So, students, you have piece of sheets, and on the sheets you have some names of the animals. You have to organize according to this table, okay? You have to put the animal's name to these groups, okay? For example, deer. What kind of animal is it? Consumer, yes. And what kind of group is it? Carnivores, yes. Because deer eat herbivore. They eat plants. Exactly. Okay, for this task you have only 5 minutes. Time is good. You have to respond to these questions. Okay. Which group will start? Okay, this group, start.
Deer is consumer, from groups carnivore.
Yes, go on.
Bacteria is a decomposer because it gets food from the dead animals.
Yes, of course.
Rabbit is consumers from groups herbivores.
Yes, of course. This group?
Fish is consumers in the group herbivores.
Yes, go on.
Frog is consumers is group carnivores.
Yes, of course.
Go is consumers, consumer from group herbivores.
Carnivores, yes.
All is consumers from the group carnivores.
Carnivores, yes.
C is producer, getting energy from sun.
Yes, of course. Well done. I'm very happy from your responses. Now we have a second time. In this task, it is, I hope, is very, it can be low manual because you are going to paint. In this task, you are going to paint examples of producers, consumers, decomposers. Yes, you got me? Bu taskları bu example of producer كان تاع producer كمان yes. What about consumers? Carnivores, who is what? Carnivores? Okay, what about who is both of them? Omnivores, yes. I didn't add this information. Why? Because in order to test your brain, I didn't add you. Okay? What about decomposer? Decomposer'daki kimlerden bakacağız? Bakteriyalardır, kuzukorlardır, insects. Aşağıdakilerle, yes. Well done. Yes. I'm gonna give pencils. This group or this group. Okay, students, for this test you have only 10 minutes. I think your pictures, your arts is ready. Are ready? Okay, time is up. Let's do our presentations. The second group, what you have? What pictures did you draw? Okay, you can see the answer. No need. You can listen. Okay.
3 is consumers. It gets energy from sun.
Sun, yes, of course. It is producer because it gets energy from the sun. And the next question.
Rabbit is a group of consumers get energy from producers. Shark is group consumers. Eat meat.
Yes, shark is what? Meat, yes.
Meat and fishes.
Yes, of course. Worms.
We have also worms. Worms is decomposer.
Worms are a group of decomposers. Well done. Very beautiful picture, yeah? See, they have what? Worms, group of decomposers. They have what? Rabbit, group of consumers is what? Herbivores.
Herbivore.
Just a moment. Rabbits are consumers. It's what? Herbivores. And that's why they are herbivores, yes? About shark?
Shark is
Carnivores is what?
consumers.
Yes, they are carnivores. Yes, well done. I like it. You have what?
We have all of them, I see. And the first picture I see is group of worms, and they display decomposers. And there's also a rabbit, which is a herbivore in the group of consumers. And there's a tree, which is a producer. And then there are flowers, example of that. And also there's a bear, which is a carnivore, because it eats
Meat, and that's why they are carnivores. Yes.
And we also have mushrooms.
Mushrooms, a group of decomposers. Yes, I like their picture. See, good example everywhere. Okay, bears are consumers, a group of carnivores. Flowers, producers. Tree, producers. About mushrooms, decomposer. Worm, decomposer. Rabbit, consumer, group of herbivores. Because herbivores is what? Producer, plants. Yes. Okay, thank you so much. Let's end our lesson. Before ending our lesson, you have to answer these questions. My goodness. What would happen if decomposers disappeared? Eğer decomposer'la yok olursa ne yapılır? You have time to think, only 2 minutes. 2 minutes var in order to answer this question, okay? Time? Sorry,